From the Fandom News Net. We talked about Skeleton Crew before, and when we knew absolutely nothing about it. And by the way, we know like a smidge more than what we knew before.
Smidge more than nothing.
That's right. We were going into the definition of what is a skeleton crew, like the minimum number of people you'd need to run a starship.
Like the two guys working on the prison barge.
Yeah. What we did learn is we got some more details on what the series is going to be about. John Watts says that even though the show is for kids, it's not actually going to be a kids show. And the big news from D23 was this imagery, which shows off star Jude Law in what he's going to look like going into the series. Also, we get some concept art of the ship that apparently is going to be sort of the focus of the series. We got a statement from both John Watts and Kathleen Kennedy, which I think is really cool. By the way, Jude Law standing there, looks like 3 of those doorbell droids.
What you were thinking.
Yeah, that guy. There's like 3 of them, so something's going on there.
Somebody upgraded security.
And then we've got sort of the silhouette of some younger people in the background. So John Watts, who's the showrunner, says it's a story about a group of kids about 10 years old from a tiny little planet who accidentally get lost in the Star Wars galaxy. And it's the story of their journey trying to find their way home. We like the idea of using kids to give you a different perspective and see the galaxy through a different pair of eyes. Kathleen says, John Watts came to me very much wanting to do a sort of Goonies in Star Wars. Needless to say, I'm going to say yes. And so it's just evolved out of that kind of enthusiasm in wanting to tell stories in this space.
Mm-hmm.
Goonies in space.
Oh, man.
Why not?
Yep.
If you can do it,
yep.
If you could pull that off, I'd be super happy. I love Goonies.
As soon as I saw kids lost in space, so immediately I'm already thinking Lost in Space for one. But it also made me think, and she says Goonies, so it makes me think of some other sort of other kid-centric adventure films of the day that really, I can't not make an analogy with the 2 Ewok made-for-TV films.
Sure. Goonies is about kids hunting pirate treasure, and that puts me so close to Hondo and Naka. I will draw analogies all day long trying to find Hondo and Naka in live action.
When I saw kids lost in space and Jude Law being the adult, I immediately went to Adventures in Babysitting, and he's the babysitter, whether he wants to be or not, right?
I mean, Stranger Things was so good at capturing that energy from all those movies, like everything you see on the screen there.
Yeah.
That, I mean, it's natural. There's a we all loved those movies and that energy. So if they can pull it off again, I'm all in.
All right, and then of course E.T. as well. I mean, because kids and aliens. That just seems to me that they're. I'm not saying that this is sort of the influences for this upcoming series, but I won't be surprised if we see trappings of them in it.
Maybe they'll pick up the equivalent to a sloth along the way.
Yeah.
Be it a baby rancor or whatever.
All right. This has been a Fandom Newsnet report.